welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, please don't forget to subscribe, and if you're already subscribed, thanks for always coming back. Did you guys notice that I cut my hair? I had asked my husband to cut my hair and he messed it up like big time, so then I had to go to a salon and just chop it all off. You can actually see my hair all funny in my previous video, but yeah. Anyway, that's not the point. I am back with another favorite lipsticks video. Many of you have started watching me and subscribed to me because of my favorite nude lipsticks video, and thank you for all the love on that video, by the way. So today I'm going to be doing my top 8 favorite red lipsticks for us brown girls. Honestly speaking, I'm not someone who wears a lot of red lipstick. I don't even know why I have these many. But one thing that I do try and keep in mind is not to spend too much money on red lipsticks because I rarely use them. But I know that a lot of people love to wear red lipsticks on a daily basis. I don't know how you guys pull it off. Also, if you're wondering, I'm an NC41 in MAC, so if you want to compare how it might look on you in your head, I'm just giving you that information. Right now I'm wearing Ruby Woo by MAC, and I've not included that in the video. Not because I don't like it, I love it. I've done a full-on video on it, but everybody knows it, so I'm just not gonna overdo it. So let's not waste time and start off with my top 8 red lipsticks for brown girls. First up is Ruby for Me from the Maybelline Color Sensational Made for All range. This is a bright red with cool undertones and has a creamy, almost glossy finish to it. And application is super easy. It is highly pigmented but has a lightweight texture which makes reapplication super easy. The color will stay on beautifully for over 6 hours and never makes your lip feel too dry. Also, it doesn't leave much of a stain on your lips, so that is a plus. Next up is NYX Matte Lipstick in Perfect Red. As the name suggests, it is truly the perfect red for most of us due to its neutral to warm undertones. This range is so underrated. It is one of the cheapest lipstick collection from NYX. So do check out, their other shades as well. Anyway, coming back to our shade, application is easy, applies evenly across the lips without ever feeling tugged or dragged. Even though it is a matte finish, it goes on creamy and gradually turns matte, but not to an extent of it being uncomfortable. The application is also hassle-free and can easily be topped up throughout the day, even though you might not have to, as it stays on for a long time. Number 3 in no order of preference is Cinnamon Spice from the Wet n Wild Mega Last range. I would call it the safe red, if that makes sense. This is actually a brown red, so it's perfect for someone who's just starting off with red lipsticks, or if you don't want to be the crazy, lady who wears red lipstick with a grocery. Not that there's anything wrong with it, but people do stare at me. Anyway, application is quite smooth. You do have to use a little extra effort for it to glide on, but once it's on, it's not going anywhere. I wouldn't say it's super pigmented, but you can build it up and can easily be reapplied. But yes, it does get drying after a couple of hours. I just apply some lip balm on top of it and fix it. Sorry about the quality of the swatches reducing. I had to take off the lipstick and reapply my makeup a million times. Anyway, next up is Chili from MAC. This is an orange red. I think this is that red lipstick which will look good on all brown girls, especially if you have a deep yellow undertone just like me. Also, if you feel like the classic Ruby Woo or the Russian red from MAC just looks funny on you, then you must definitely give this one a try. Just like most MAC matte lipsticks, it is really easy to apply. Even though it is a matte formula, it has a satin feel to it. It has both creaminess and the staying power, which makes reapplication super hassle-free. And also bonus points for just not staining my lips. Next up is NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream in the shade Madrid. I just want to say this is truly a lip cream. Don't expect it to look or feel like a liquid lip. Oh my god, I love this color. Anyway, coming back. So, because of how creamy it is, it just applies like butter. They feel great on the lips, super soft, non-drying, and just very comfortable in general. They are not super pigmented, but you can layer it up just like how I did here. And you can beautifully bring it up to a full coverage. I'm not gonna lie, their staying power is not that great, but I wouldn't complain as reapplication is quite trouble-free. It is great value for money. I would highly suggest it, but it does leave a little bit of a stain behind. Now we have the Sephora Cream Lip Stain in the shade Cherry Moon number 94. I know the shade Always Red number 1 is the most popular from this range, but I prefer this one as it has a little hint of pink in it, which means it has strong cool blue undertones. The texture is lightweight and thin, but not watery, so application is easy. It is not super pigmented, but as you can see here, I did layer it up after the first coat dried down completely, and you get this smooth, velvety looking finish. Not just to look at, it feels comfortable too. It is transfer proof and will stay on for hours without drying out the lips. Definitely leaves a stain behind because it is a lip stain. Next, we have the Huda Beauty liquid lipstick in the shade Cheerleader. As you can see, my lips are pretty stained from the previous shade, but yeah, that's not gonna affect the swatch. This has the classic Huda Beauty liquid lipstick scent and feel to it. Almost feels oily while applying, if that makes sense. Highly pigmented, one-stroke application. The shade stays a little bit tacky for a while before drying down completely. They are long-lasting, but it doesn't layer up that well, so reapplication might be a little messy. Also makes your lip a little bit dry after around 4 hours. Yeah, this one left a stain behind too, which made me feel like my lips are gonna fall off. But last one is the Wet n Wild Mega Last Liquid Catsuit in the shade Missy and Fierce. Application is easy as it has a creamy texture, but you have to work with it fast because it starts to dry down almost immediately. Super pigmented, you will not have to layer it up. Make sure your lips are exfoliated and moisturized because it will draw attention to the flaky patches if you have any. It is super matte but remains sticky to touch. These will start drying out your lips after some time. Also the hardest to remove out of the lot, which is why I kept this one for the last. Also, don't go anywhere. I have some red lipstick tips. Now for some red lips tips. Always moisturize your lips. So preferably moisturize your lips a couple of minutes ahead of starting off with your lipstick application. You definitely don't want to go in with a red lipstick right on top of your lip balm because that's just gonna make it all oily and greasy and will make your lipstick bleed. So if you're in a hurry, just rub it in. And that's just gonna take away all the dead skin as well. That's gross, but that's enough. So now the lips are not like soaking wet. Now go ahead and apply your lipstick whatever you like. I'm gonna use Ruby Woo from MAC because I want to make my life a lot more harder. As I have mentioned before, try to move in one direction and not like go back and forth. I know you guys had to see a little too much of my molar teeth in this video, but this is just how I apply lipstick. Also, while applying a red lipstick, I highly suggest you always use a red lip liner as well, because it's hard to get into those corners and the edges perfectly with the lipstick tube. So I always use a red lip liner to perfect everything around my lips. And if you don't have a red lip liner, maybe use the the thin lip brushes. That would do the trick as well. But lip liners are a lot more easier, and you can just have one lip liner, like one red lip liner that will go with most of your reds. And I use one from Maybelline. I'll put the name of the lip liner in the description box, so if you want to check it out, please do. Also, the little tissue paper trick that I use to make all my lipsticks long lasting is applicable for my red lipstick application too. So just take a tissue and just blot your lips. If you don't want, you can just leave it there, but I would like to go on top of this with one more coat. Now, if you do mess up a little bit like I did over here, you can always take a little bit of a concealer on a little nice flat brush and just cover it up. Now the best tip that I can give you guys is to take a little bit of a powder, whichever powder you prefer. I'm going to take a pressed powder. You can take loose powder if you want, and go around your lips with this. Make sure that the powder matches your skin tone. You don't want it to be like too light and like look weird. So you just want to run it right along the edges of your lips, especially under your bottom lips. So this will just make that skin around your mouth a little bit more matte and stop that excess oil production, and that way it will stop your lipstick from bleeding and melting and looking weird in the long run. Also, one last tip that I want to give you guys is that if you know you're going to be eating a burger, don't wear red lipstick. I mean, if you don't mind the mess, then obviously you can wear it, but if you don't want it to move around and all that, then just don't wear red lipstick if you're gonna eat a Big Mac. No amount of lipstick or powder can stop that lipstick from transferring to your chin. That's just gonna happen. So if you don't want that, don't wear a red lipstick to a burger eating day. So I hope you guys found this video useful. I hope you guys enjoyed all my favorite red lipsticks and the little tips that I had to share with you all. Also, please know that I'm not saying that these are the only red lipsticks that look good on you. No, these are just my favorite red lipsticks. And please do let us know in the comments which are your favorite red lipsticks so we can help each other. And also let me know if any of the lipsticks that I mentioned were, your favorites too. Thank you for watching till the end. Bye guys!